Dementia Researcher with a blogger narrating.
Unpredictable workloads. I remember one of the first things my PhD supervisor said to me. We grabbed a coffee on my first day so we could sit down and discuss the project. He told me to expect peaks and troughs during my research. Some weeks I would have very little to do while I waited on a multitude of things. Other weeks would be far more full-on as experiments culminated and deadlines approached. That was certainly the case, and it's continued to be during my academic career. There's days where the work is non-stop and I struggle to fit everything in, while other days I find myself sat in the office drinking coffee and trying to find things to do. If I've learned one thing from my career so far, it's that I hate the slow days and I love the busy ones. If I've had a busy day at work, I come home feeling fantastic. I feel like I've contributed and the productivity is addictive. There is a genuine buzz about me, and even though I've been working all day, I feel full of energy. The slow days do the opposite for me. I feel unproductive and drained, and I lose a lot of motivation. I'm not the only one who feels like this as well. Academia is well known for having unpredictable workloads, and it can be an emotional rollercoaster as a result. I know many who have left academia for this reason. They need consistency in their work life, and I totally understand why. However, I personally don't want to leave. I feel like I found my vocation, and I think the best thing for me to do is try and better deal with unpredictable workloads. If you feel the same, maybe these tips will help you get used to the peaks and troughs. Let's start with the troughs, the times when you're waiting for cells to grow, equipment to get fixed, or for someone else to do their part of a study that you're involved in. These times can be frustrating because it can feel like nothing is moving forward and you can't do anything to speed things up. That might be the case. You certainly can't make cells grow any faster. You may, however, be able to speed up other processes that are slowing you down. One thing that's become evident to me over the years is the fact that people who work at universities are jugglers. They have a wide variety of jobs each week, and they have to work out how to prioritize their tasks in order to get stuff done. This ties me into my first snippet of advice if you're tired of sitting around waiting for things to happen. Don't be afraid to chase people about something you need, whether it's training, access to a lab, samples, the list can go on. Make sure the person you are relying on knows it's important. That way they will prioritize you and you won't be in for a long pause in your work. There are, however, times where you're in a trough because there is literally nothing you can do. Academics hate these periods, and I think it's partly because their research is important to them. They want to be active, they need to be investigating something. Nothing makes me feel worse than being sat in my office with nothing viable to do. The key here is trying to resolve that. Working at a university provides you with far more than just a good work environment with like-minded individuals. It also provides you with a wealth of learning opportunities. There's a multitude of online learning resources and training courses you can take advantage of. A lull in your work can provide the perfect opportunity to learn about coding, new imaging techniques, 3D modeling, the list goes on. You never know when this stuff might come in handy, so take the opportunity to learn. So what about the other end of the spectrum, when everything seems to come together at once and you have a lot of work in a very narrow time window? Simply put, there's only one way to handle this kind of situation. You have to be organised and you have to prioritise. There are a few different ways to do this, but personally, I like to write down a plan for each day. I open my journal, note down the week commencing date, and write each day out with a gap between for tasks. I then assign tasks to each day based on priority. It is easy to get overwhelmed in these scenarios, especially if you look at everything all at once. A schedule helps you segregate the workload into a series of manageable tasks. I also enjoy ticking a task off on the list when I complete it. It gives me a sense of productivity and self-satisfaction. I should also note that this technique works in the lulls too. Writing out each day and making plans ensures productivity. Most importantly though, make sure you factor in time to relax as well. Burning the candle at both ends only leads to one thing and it's not good. Burnout is no joke, so make sure you're taking the time to yourself whenever possible. Sometimes the workload can be extreme, so don't feel guilty if you take a bit of time in the following lull to rest and recover. Your health always comes first.
Thank you for listening. Join the Dementia Research bloggers and share your own views.